It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Milwaukee, where the Bucks will be going up against the Boston Celtics. So for Boston, their last game, a win against the Knicks in New York. That game was a real shootout. They'd like to keep their scoring up, but get a few more stops too. And what a beginning to the season we've had. Some amazing plays, some huge games. Shaq, for the teams that have gotten out to a fast start, how do they go about maintaining that momentum?
Well, it's called PPM, Ernie. Perseverance, physically and mentally. Put your hands up, Ernie. Put your hands up, Kenny.
Okay.
Touch it.
All right.
Join hands. You just got to ride the wave and don't overthink it. Bring it back, Kenny. Oh, there you go. Ride the wave. Don't overthink. One last time. Ride the wave. There you go.
Oh,
Bring it back. Yeah. And
I think
then
I
ride
get it.
the wave. Yeah.
I got it.
Good.
I call my hands.
What does that have to do with maintaining that momentum?
You got to ride the wave, Ernie.
Oh, okay.
That's the point I was trying to make.
Well,
Have you got something that doesn't require physical demonstration?
Well, I just say that your hands were very soft. I just want to say that you do a good job of moisturizing.
Moisturizing.
Yeah,
yes.
you do. And
You
I
know
think
what it was? It was some of that Gold Bond. Man up, Ernie.
Oh my goodness, man. Well, let's just keep improving and see what happens.
Let's go courtside. Kevin Harlan has the call.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome to this Thursday night in the NBA, right here on 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. For the season series between these two teams, the Bucks came away empty-handed in the last matchup against the Celtics.
Yeah, guys, they were forcing it a bit in that one and shot a relatively low percentage because of it.
Well, if I put it on a scale, Greg, the aggressiveness was an 8, the shot selection, a 2. Could have been a lot better.
And let's get a quick pregame update from David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Jason Kidd.
Guys, he told me their primary focus of the pregame discussion was defense. He said they're dealing with a very sophisticated offense, and it's going to require an outstanding effort from his players at the defensive end to come out on top. Let's see if that's the effort they get. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. So, Brent, surprises here early in the season. A few teams outperforming expectations. What can they do to keep building on this momentum?
I think the coaching staff in these sort of instances, Kevin, maybe where you're out kicking your coverage a little bit, they've got to remind their team about the small steps that we need to take. Yes, we're doing this. Don't forget about doing these things or what we're doing offensively. But make sure that the reality of what the season represents, that they understand that so their expectations don't get them too big-headed, so you have to reel them in.
Sounds like you're talking about staying with the fundamentals.
Well, the fundamentals can always help you, Kevin. And then also just continuity, making sure that each guy understands that you've done your role, continue to do your role, and the guys behind you are ready to go in case we start slipping.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Hayward outside at the 3 with Morris to his side at the 4. Irving is out there with Smart. And it's Horford in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Middleton. Over Smart. Shot's good by Middleton. Middleton's got the first basket of the game for the Bucks.
Yeah, you don't want to leave Middleton from that area. His mid-range game is on fire, draining those shots often.
And that one's good, Irving.
That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner.
Here's Antetokounmpo following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Clock at 6. Here's Middleton. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Middleton doing a good job of being creative and finishing a difficult look.
And one of the things I love about Chris Middleton is his decision making. You know, he doesn't force shots or passes when he has the ball and just lets the play develop. And that's why coaches trust him so much.
And that one falls for Middleton. And with Middleton in his decision-making, it's true for both his scoring and his passing.
For the amount he facilitates, he has great efficiency. Low turnovers, solid field goal percentage, and his passing gets better every year.
Now, here is Irving. What a tremendous game he played against New York.
Wow, that's a pretty thing to watch right there. Even with the D on him, Kyrie cleanly gets off that look.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Monroe outside. Back to Middleton. Stolen by Smart. Horford with the screen on Middleton. Now here's Smart. Defended by Middleton. Irving for 3. Kept alive by Boston. Here's Hayward. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
This is where you got to put a body on the guy. His will is incredible down on the interior, fighting and clawing for every rebound.
And Gordon Hayward has increased his scoring average every season he's been in the league. And couple that last year also a career high in offensive efficiency. The guy is just a budding superstar.
One shot, gentlemen.
And Gordon Hayward has worked on his strength, but also his balance, adding boxing, Greg, as you were talking about, to his off-season training.
Yeah, great point. I mean, the strength, the balance, and footwork make him a great slasher. This guy gets in the lane and just has a knack for working himself to the foul line.
Irving dishes to Hayward. Over onto Antetokounmpo, and that one goes long. For Milwaukee, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Brogdon against Irving. Brogdon kicks to Monroe. Parker. They shoot again. The rebound by the Celtics. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
Here's Irving after the made shot from Greg Monroe. Outside Irving. Hayward outside. Horford with the screen on Antetokounmpo. Here's Hayward. It's deflected.
Well, the long arms of Middleton getting up there on defense and throwing that one away. Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Boston trailing. Outside Irving. Down low, Horford. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Horford's got his first points in this one.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Antetokounmpo, and it's Parker in the corner. Good on the triple.
Parker liking to pull the trigger from that spot. That one got off pretty quick.
Celtics trail by 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
In the corner, Horford with it. Not really his range, and it's off target.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
I think coaches right here are always talking about the extra pass, and a contested three is not your objective. One more maybe.
Boston's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Antetokounmpo against Hayward. Horford sets a screen for Hayward. Here's Morris and Parker with the block.
How about the reach from Parker? Extends his arms way up that time to get the block.
And stolen by Irving. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. And it's Hayward. That time on the assist from Smart. Hayward's got 5.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Monroe kicks to Antetokounmpo. Hayward with some nice D.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face. And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, after the knee injury that Parker suffered as a rookie, you just really hoped all that explosiveness would come back. It did in a big way. Unfortunately, had another tear of the ACL, which started the process over again. But given his track record, I think he'll be back to form.
That free throw, no good. And with Parker, that ability to cover so much distance so quickly is what makes him a tough assignment as a defender. Brett, you know, you hope the explosiveness can return after his latest setback.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He worked very hard to get it back just last season, and I expect him to do the same. And he just kept getting stronger as the season went on. That combination of Parker and Giannis on the wing started making people look at the Bucks in a little bit different light. And when Jabari's at full strength, boy, can he be explosive.
And last season, Jabari Parker added a consistent three-pointer to his tool set as a scorer.
You think about the first few games, averaging about 13, Kevin, and jumped it up to 19, and then all of a sudden, you get to December, and he's averaging over 20 a game. So for Jabari to have that kind of consistency and that kind of improvement and gain his confidence, he's got to feel good that if he gets back to health, he can still do damage in the NBA.
Milwaukee shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Chris Middleton. You know, watching Giannis and how he's able to score out there, he isn't really a consistent shooter from deep.
Well, I think what's fascinating, Kevin, is that he's dominating the game from basically around 16 feet into the rim. And with that kind of length, that's basically one step around the defender, and all of a sudden he's a threat to score or do some damage with the pass.
And on the way from Irving for 3. That doesn't go in either for Irving. On offense here, the Bucks. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Dellavedova, the pass to Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Well, a big reason why Dellavedova is out there is because he can see who's available.
Celtics trail by 8. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Hayward against Antetokounmpo. Here's Horford. Makes a big high bounce and goes in.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Milwaukee leading by 6. Dellavedova with the ball. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Dishes to Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Sometimes it takes a while for all that length in Giannis to catch up to those feet, but once he does, man, he can explode.
Antetokounmpo's gone 4 for 5 from the floor tonight. Just one miss. Irving kicks to Horford. There's the screen. Passes it to Hayward. Nobody near Irving. Again, Irving missing.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Dellavedova dishes to Monroe. Now here is Dellavedova. Not a lot of room. Clock at 4. Lets it go. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
On its way from Hayward for 2. Quick shot there, and it's off target. To the inside. Looking to end his cold spell. And Hayward at the stuff.
And as a wing player, Hayward's just so good at attacking the basket. I think that's a big part of what makes him special. Doesn't take much of an opening for Hayward to make his move.
Now here's Parker. 23 points for him the last game against Charlotte.
And guys, in addition to that scoring, he was absolutely tenacious on the defensive end. A complete two-way game for him. Finished with 3 steals, I think, and that was a difference maker.
Outside Irving. They set the screen. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got 4 rebounds in this game. Now here is Dellavedova. Covered by Irving. Brogdon. That one misses. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Takes the 3. And Irving gets it to go on the assist by Horford. And it's 7 points for Kyrie Irving.
This is why you always have to be up in the space of Kyrie Irving. He can pull up in the blink of an eye. So lethal.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, but they didn't roll over in that game. Had a good chance still to pull out the victory. Just couldn't come through in crunch time.
Yeah, it was not disastrous. They did have some very good stretches in that game, but they just could not sustain it for as long as they needed.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Thon Maker's checked in for Monroe. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Jabari Parker. Johnny Snell's checked in for Antetokounmpo, and it's Rashad Vaughn in for Brogdon.
Well, for a guy who really struggles inside the three-point line, Dellavedova with a nice move there.
There's a good screen. Now here's Tatum. Comes up empty from 19 feet out.
And something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
And he gets the bucket.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
Here's Rozier. He picked up 15 points in their last win against New York.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line, really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heels.
Milwaukee leading by 7. Dellavedova kicks to Teletovic. And Baines pulls it down. 1:19 left to play here in the first. Pass to Brown. Here's Rozier, defended by Dellavedova. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And where the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and 3-point shot attempt so far for the Celtics.
And this kind of highlights an area of concern. That mid-range game has been a major focus, but they just haven't shot the ball that well from that area of the floor.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Rozier.
And you look at this Celtics roster, a bevy of long, athletic wing players. They seem to be taking a cue from teams like the Warriors, who have found success with defensive switching and positionless basketball.
Good on both.
And the Celtics, as you see, are stockpiling wing forwards, Brown, Tatum, Hayward, and we're seeing those guys lining up at the 2, 3, and 4. It gives Brad Stevens tremendous roster versatility. And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Elbow. 2.
The Celtics shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Yabusele.
You look up and down this Bucks roster, and you have to do that. Up and down and over and side to side. Just so much length with this team. Giannis is certainly the biggest name with the biggest wingspan, but guys like Thon Maker and Tony Snell defensively, they've got great reach as well.
He's off on the second. And Brent, it seems like the Bucks are always adding length to their team.
But when most teams have gone smaller with their lineups, Milwaukee very curiously has collected a lot of longer players that they think can go out and do a multitude of things to make their roster a little bit more futuristic.
And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Here's Maker. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Maker's got his second bucket tonight.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Here's the screen. Here's Tatum. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Over to the wing. There's Vaughn. The shot that time not on target. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. We'll return shortly. We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself and his teammates.
We expect so much out of each other every single night, and the team is going to go as hard as we go, as well as the other pieces that we have on the team, but we have to control it from a standpoint that we have to play off each other.
Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media, but also, perhaps the most demanding of all, are the expectations they've got for each other.
Oh yeah. They're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from one another. And I got to tell you, it's fun to watch.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
And if you're rotating like that, it's got to be a great line of communication between all 5 guys. You see that reflected on the scores, all that trust showing up with the lead.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Bucks. We've got Maker. Tony Snell is out there with Mirza Teletovic. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Vaughn in at the 2. Now, here's Brown. 14 points from him the last game against New York. Boston again missing.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
There's Maker. Kept alive. Teletovic passes to Dellavedova. Nailed from three-point land. Dellavedova's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for Milwaukee. Celtics trail by 9. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
They set the screen. Pass to Yabusele. To the middle. Shot clock at 6. Here's Snell. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Celtics have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Offensive rebound. Yep, it goes in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Yabusele.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Now here is Dellavedova. He's got 5. Maker dishes to Dellavedova. Now here's Teletovic. He's tightly guarded. Yes, that goes in.
Teletovic can score, we know, from the three-point line, but nice to see him in the mid-range. Good form.
Here's Rozier, defended by Dellavedova. Rozier kicks to Tatum. There's a good screen. Milwaukee with the rebound. Maker's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Thon Maker is one of the most intriguing players on this roster, without a doubt. As if they didn't have enough length already. Put the stretch. This guy puts the stretch in the term stretch 4. And interesting last year how Jason Kidd went to him during. You saw that.
How about that floor awareness there from Tatum? It does a good job of scanning the court and getting the ball to the open man.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Teletovic passes to Dellavedova to the middle. The turnaround. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Now here's Tatum. He's guarded closely. There's the pass to Yabusele. Here's Rozier, covered by Teletovic. And it's Rozier missing.
I'm just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
And Teletovic kicks to Vaughn. Tries from 10. Jump shot is good. Vaughn's got the lead up to 9 now for the Bucks.
Teletovic, a big guy, and you wonder how that size might help him out in making plays like that.
Now here's Tatum. He's guarded closely. Pass to Rozier. Here's Yabusele, covered by Teletovic. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Chris Middleton's checked in for the Bucks. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for Matthew Dellavedova. Boston also with the sub. Morris is checked in for Yabusele. Milwaukee leading by 9. Brogdon the pass to Teletovic. There's a good screen. Brogdon kicks to Maker. And the dunk by Maker.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston. We often talk about how players have evolved over the years, but Brent, what about strategies on both sides of the ball? Where has that evolved?
I think the last 5 or 6 years, what we're seeing is definitely on the offensive end, more of a European style of basketball where we have passing, off the ball cutting, multiple times where the big comes out of the hole, which is the post-up area, Kevin, to the top of the key to be a conduit from both sides of the floor. That draws the whole line of defense up and creates opportunities behind the play. If we go to the defensive end, Kev, that's all about switching. Versatility on the defensive end comes from switching, swarming defenses, and that's where teams are trending to go.
Brogdon the pass to Parker. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there. Milwaukee shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there. You know, so many people were surprised at the Kyrie Irving trade, but throughout the decades, Boston's been unafraid to pull the trigger. I mean, they moved up to number 2 to draft the great Bill Russell, moving back to number 3 to draft McHale, add Parrish, assembling the big 3 for a championship, then dismantling that big 3 for all those unprotected picks. This is an organization that stops at nothing to try and win titles.
Middleton dishes to Monroe. Middleton outside. It's tipped. One-on-one here. Here's Irving. Nice open look, but it's no good. Milwaukee leading by 12.
You know, thinking about Kyrie's legacy here in Boston, this is a town that cares only about championships. That's how his contribution is going to be measured. And only time will tell if he can walk in the shoes of the greatest players to ever put on a Celtics uniform.
Monroe with a screen on Hayward. On to Tacumbo, kicks to Monroe.
Well, Monroe is a load down on the post and one of the better offensive big men because of how versatile he is in the game.
The Bucks have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts. That one is off.
Always take time to think about Jason Kidd and his career, having played against him in high school in the Bay Area in Oakland as he was a star of St. Joseph's. There's no question that back then he had the acumen and the intellect to be a coach, was always that on the floor during his career, and doing it now in Milwaukee.
Good on the second free throw. Celtics trail by 11. Irving passes to Hayward. He feeds it to Horford. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. 6 points for Horford. And as you said, Brent, Kidd, one of the great minds in the game, who was a coach on the floor long before he was a coach on the sideline.
I think it's interesting for Jason Kidd and where he is now, because all these young players need experience to get smarter. And Jason is so smart. So I think he's waiting for a time where all of that intellect can catch up, and then everybody can be on the same page.
Hayward on the wing. And Hayward with the stuff.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
If anything could change the momentum, it's that kind of play. Cloud of smoke has people standing on their feet.
And Monroe kicks to Brogdon. Back to Monroe. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Picked by Horford. Hayward outside. In the corner, Horford with it. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
And a moment now to look at the stats for Chris Middleton. A very nice season for him last year. Put up about 14 points per, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Just solid all-around performances we've been seeing from him, delivering night in and night out.
And I like it when stars do exactly that. It's not just about scoring 50 or 40 or 30. It's about making plays consistently.
Parker dishes to Middleton. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Smart.
That's why Middleton gets the respect from the teammates here. Adept at getting to the free throw line and attacking the inside.
And last season, Chris Middleton, Brent, missing most of the year with a torn hamstring.
Well, I don't think he ever quite really felt confident in what his body could provide for him last year, Kevin. And so tentative play, but a good sign for the Milwaukee Bucks that Chris Middleton will be a scoring option for them for sure.
First free throw is good. Over the decades, the way the league has grown, phenomenal. Due in no small part to the leadership Brent, what are some of the key traits you've seen of these two great NBA commissioners?
I think the one thing about both David Stern and Adam Silver that they have done a great job with is that they're approachable. There doesn't seem to be a time, at least in an NBA player's career, where they don't feel like they could either call the office and within maybe a day or two hear from somebody from the league office. But the fact that both David Stern and Adam Silver find their way out to arenas throughout the regular season, come to see every team, that approachability, I think, far and away sets those two gentlemen aside.
Yeah, and checking out the numbers for Antetokounmpo, coming off a terrific season, 6th in blocks, 11th in steals, and he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
Great anticipation and timing. That's how he ended up a top 10 shot blocker. The 19-foot shot, and it's Irving missing.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, you combine his massive size and then his desire to pound the glass, it makes him a tough cover on the board.
Here's Hayward. Boston, no good that time either.
And the defense cannot afford to be that lazy. You got to be up on the shooters at all times, especially at the mid-range.
Middleton can't get it to go.
And lots of credit for the team around him. They're picking up the slack here tonight. He just can't buy a bucket right now.
Good on that shot. And with that, the Bucks' lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Kyrie Irving. Hayward against Antetokounmpo. Parker outside. Steps back and fires. And it's Parker again missing.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together. Well, next time he should do a better job, I think, of getting balanced and set up his feet. That just throws your body way out of whack and hurts your percentages.
Ogden against Morris. Back to Parker. Clock at 6. Good work defensively by Morris.
Wonderful defense, staying active around the rim and then really putting the shooter in a tough spot.
In the corner, it's Hayward. And the lead is down inside single digits. Hayward's got 14.
And Kyrie being unselfish, I think there was an opportunity for him to score there, but gets off the clean look for his teammate.
Ogden the pass to Monroe. Ogden kicks to Monroe. Here's Antetokounmpo. Goes back up. And it's sent back by Horford.
Al Horford positioning himself perfectly and swats that shot away.
Hayward can't hit. Bucks leading by 8. Here's Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo can't get that one to fall. Boston's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here's Smart. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, the defender all over.
And at 6'4", 220, Marcus Smart with terrific strength for a combo guard, Greg.
I mean, he can just flat out bully most guards and even hold his own against the bigs. Beyond, though, that physical stature, it's his mentality that makes him special. He's a fire breather, just the type of player the Celtics look for.
And the first one drops. And the Bucks making a change here. Makers checked in. And so Smart nails both of them. Well, Brett, the Bucks the past few seasons have had a problem threatening teams from deep.
Now, with the way the NBA is going, you're going to have to find a threat out there. Now, can it come from within? Can one of their players develop that three-point shooting touch, a guy that they rely on a ton? Or will they be able to go out and sign a sharpshooter to help improve the versatility of their offensive roster?
A different look for Milwaukee. Tony Snell comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Malcolm Brogdon. Boston also with the sub. Brown's checked in. Irving kicks to Horford. Back to Irving. Picked by Horford. Hayward outside. With the shot. And it comes off the front of the rim. Bucks leading by 6. Dellavedova dishes to Parker. Here's Snell. Defended by Hayward. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And even though they're down, I like the way they're pounding the ball inside. It's leading to a lot of points in the paint.
For Milwaukee, they have gone 6 of 9 at the line. Mirza Teletovic is checked in for Milwaukee. Rashad Vaughn comes in for Chris Middleton. Then for the Celtics, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. Tatum comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Irving. Celtics trail by 9. 20 seconds left here in the second. Morris a screen. Rozier the pass to Morris. There's the pick. Here's Tatum. Again the miss by the Celtics. Now Dellavedova. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Jason Kidd. Jason, how do you feel about your team's performance?
I feel great. You know, we're sharing the ball, we're making the extra pass, but we're attacking the paint, and if we can continue to do that, puts us in a good seat.
Jason, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. Shaq, let's get your take on Milwaukee.
Well, I like it, Ernie, because they're just not settling for outside shots. You know, that part of the game is pretty when it's going in. We've seen plenty of teams try that and fail. You got to have a balanced approach. And tonight, they found a ton of success inside. Basketball and championships are won inside out. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Boston?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
Welcome back to the Great Lakes. We're back on the shores of Lake Michigan here in Milwaukee, and the buildings in the background at Sunset in Wisconsin. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Gordon Hayward with another strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
Yeah, those extra possessions, considering how hard it can be sometimes to find offense, become invaluable.
Here's Brogdon. Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. This is the 4 with Horford in the middle. Smart is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Hayward in at the 3 slot. And it's slammed in by Monroe.
Yeah, can't let Monroe get that free and roam around the basket at nearly 7 feet. dunking's pretty much second nature.
Celtics trail by 11. Picked by Horford. On its way from Irving for two. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
The defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammate the wide open shot.
Here's Middleton. Right through the D for the layup. Middleton's got 9.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Irving kicks to Morris. Horford sets a screen for Hayward. 6 on the shot clock. Boston needs to get off a shot. They get it back. And the shot is good.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, it's like 4 teenagers at home over the summer, just not enough activity. You've gotten your rest. It's time to man up.
Brogdon the pass to Middleton. That one misses. Good work defensively by Morris. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Morris a screen. Fires at the elbow. Another shot. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Great concentration by Horford to get big and muscle that one in with the contact.
And Al Horford just so versatile. You know, that extends to the defensive end as well. Very mobile, can move his feet with smaller players, and at the same time gives you a presence on the interior.
And that one falls for Horford. And Horford won't wow you with his athleticism. But Greg, he's still a pretty good shot blocker.
He has great timing, anticipation, and awareness. Don't forget also he's got terrific hands. And you see that with all the steals he racks up. And checking out some numbers for Irving. He's coming off an excellent season. Last season he averaged 25 points per, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's a threat to go off in any game from anywhere.
I love it when guys tap back into that gift. All these guys at some point were that kind of player in their career. Fun to see it show up here.
And he knocks down the first one. Over the past couple years, Brent, we've seen coaches like Steve Kerr and Brad Stevens take more of an even-tempered approach. Could that become a coaching trend going forward?
Well, I like that both Steve and Brad have some very good players. That would keep me calm too, Kevin.
Yes, it would. You begin right there. I agree.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a shift in what it is that the generation of the younger players has grown up with. And coaches that have the ability to communicate always, Kevin, are going to come out on top. They get their message through, they keep their team positive, and they keep their environment pointed in the direction that is moving forward.
Excellent. Monroe's shot is good.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And here is Morris. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the board.
The defense has to exercise more caution because Horford is pretty steady when it comes to knocking down his free throws. Can't foul him in those situations. I feel like the strength of this Milwaukee Buck team is in their wing play. A great collection of talent who can mix and match and play a bunch of positions. A lot of switchable defenders out there. And most of their scoring production comes from that wing position.
He's off on the first. And Brent with the Bucks, they are a team that can mix and match with all their options on the perimeter.
Well, the Bucks most night have an advantage, certainly on the wings, with Giannis out there and how versatile and awkward he is to play against. Jabari Parker and company, that's a lot of the scoring load from the wing position along with Middleton, and they score at an efficient rate. They'd like to get a little bit more shooting. That could make them devastating offensively.
Brogdon with it. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Screen by Monroe. Antetokounmpo kicks to Brogdon. He dishes it to Parker. And it's good for 2. Parker's got 8 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Last season, Malcolm Brogdon, one of the bigger surprises out of the rookie class.
Well, Malcolm Brogdon ends up becoming the Rookie of the Year as a second-round draft choice. Amazing to see how comfortable he played through stretches of the Milwaukee Bucks season last year. A good passer, never seemingly getting himself out of control, Kevin. That's some good heady stuff from a rookie.
Brogdon against Irving. Horford sets a screen for Irving. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Jabari Parker.
Kyrie Irving, one of the quickest players in the game, so he's outstanding at forcing the issue when he wants on the drive.
For Boston, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. Free throw good from Kyrie Irving.
And with all the talk about Kyrie coming to Boston, you still have to figure how he'll fit in to the team. Has this year and next left on his contract, player option after that. But with his scoring and shooting, should make this offense even more potent.
Both free throws good for Irving.
And when you put a player of Kyrie's ability into this Boston system, you have to expect good things. Irving does so much for himself and others. The longer he plays with the team, I think the more comfortable he'll become.
The shot by Brogdon, no good. Celtics trail by 8. Shot from the wing, and the shot is long. For Milwaukee, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Middleton can't get it to go. For Boston, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. And there's the call on Malcolm Brogdon. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early, and just one more will put him over the limit.
The Celtics making a switch here. Yabusele's checked in. Smart kicks to Irving. Boston again missing.
Well, the D looks like they're laying off just a little bit. He made 1 3 in the first half, but they're still daring him to shoot, and he can't make them pay for it.
We see it so often. A player will languish in one system, then flourish in another. Brent, during your 14-year career, which coach's system fit you the best?
Well, I think my years in Seattle, we opened up the offense a little bit and had the opportunity to play more of a point off guard. But I also enjoyed the structure of what Greg Popovich's system in San Antonio offered up as well. It's always interesting, Kevin, with players who are languishing on benches for other ball clubs, how general managers start to assess whether that guy can be part of something great if they were to bring him in. I had the opportunity to play for a lot of great coaches and thought that I mixed up my game enough to make it a long career.
And the Celtics trade for Kyrie Irving, sending shockwaves back in August. Never before had a pair of 25-point-per-game scorers swap teams in the offseason. That's what you call a blockbuster.
And Parker drops them both.
And no doubt Irving and IT, both elite offensive weapons. But Irving, 6 inches taller, perhaps more defensive upside, and 3 years younger. The Celtics feel he fits their timeline.
Stolen by Brogdon, and it's the Bucks on the break. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Malcolm Brogdon, a second-round pick out of the University of Virginia. What a find, Greg, he has been, and you love that he can fill in at either guard spot.
And you get the feeling Brogdon was overlooked for being a four-year player in college. Has the passing and vision of a point guard, scores well enough from inside and out to play off the ball as well.
That free throw good from Brogdon.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
Smart kicks to Hayward. Morris against Parker. Morris into the lane. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Morris has got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, crafty inside. Morris has become proficient at using his body to create just the right amount of space for that shot.
Here's Parker. Here's Monroe. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Off target from outside. Celtics trail by 11. Hayward outside. Here's Irving. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Irving's got 6 points in the quarter.
Kyrie is extremely efficient from the mid-range, and when he's in great rhythm using the bounce, you know he can knock down those Jays.
Feeds it to Antetokounmpo, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And we watch Giannis out there. He just looked unstoppable, Greg, at times. The way he's able to attack the rim, the blend of size, speed, and length is just unparalleled in the NBA.
And it's the movement that throws you off with Giannis. One step, and he's gone from the 3 line to the rim. There isn't any way to stop someone that skilled who's that big.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Antetokounmpo.
And the Celtics leadership, very pragmatic. IT and Crowder both beloved in Boston, but they didn't hesitate to move them to get better and younger at the same time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Thon Maker's checked in for Monroe. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Jabari Parker. Vaughn's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Brogdon. Good on both.
And thinking about the Celtics' choice to get younger, perhaps a strategic move in response to the super team in Golden State. They want to construct their team to peak in a few years when the Warriors start to show a little chink in the armor moving forward.
Dellavedova kicks to Teletovic. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Back to Teletovic. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 3 assists tonight. Now a timeout called by Boston.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
Tony Snell's checked in for the Bucks. Celtics also with a sub. Baines is checked in. Here's Rozier. Pass to Yabusele. Baines dishes to Tatum. Down to 5 on the shot clock from 11 feet away, and no good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Now here is Dellavedova. He's got 5. Teletovic passes to Vaughn. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Maker misses.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Now the Bucks moving it up to the right side. That's a 2 from Dellavedova, and the wing jumper offline.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
There's the dish to Snell. Over Tatum, the good-looking shot from the wing. Snell's got the lead up to 14 now for the Bucks. The Celtics shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. It's good. Abusele's got 7 points.
And that's about as easy as it gets. Not many guys are going to blow wide open layups at the professional level like that.
Dellavedova kicks to Teletovic. Now here's Brown. D right on him. Offensive rebound. Shots good by Baines.
Well, that's some good O there. Always like to see them getting those interior looks.
Bucks leading by 10. Now Dellavedova. 5 points in the game. Maker. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And one difference this have is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
First trip to the line for him here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. And he's good on the second. Celtics trail by 11. Pass to Yabusele. Tatum wide open. He fires one. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Tatum's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Dellavedova dishes to Maker. Back to Dellavedova. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Vaughn gets the bucket.
Capable of making a lot of different passes. That's a good setup from Delly.
Austin's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Out to the wing. Now here's Tatum. Guarded closely. Shot off the pick. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And here is Dellavedova. He's got 5. Here's Vaughn. He kicks it to Dellavedova. 5 on the clock. A rebound by the Celtics.
I give the defense a C+ on that possession, but still, I'm sure he's upset he missed.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
And I really like how fast Tatum gets off the ground. You know, at 6'8", dunking comes easily, but he's got that forceful mind to pursue the ball.
Maker kicks to Snell. Takes the turnaround J, and Baines pulls it down. Baines has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Tatum. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And now it's only a 5-point Milwaukee lead.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Dellavedova kicks to Snell. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got 5 assists in the game. Celtics trail by 7. Here's Rozier. Now the pass to Yabusele. There's the screen. To the right side. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Rozier. Here's Brown. And Maker sends it back.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game.
Vaughn can't get it to go. The Celtics shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. The Celtics have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. That free throw, no good.
And the vertical that Brown has is pretty impressive, as relentless a finisher as you'll find in our league.
The Celtics making a switch here. Horford's checked in. And the second free throw, good. Bucks leading by 6.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
Working the clock is one element, but you also want to get as good a shot as you can.
Vaughn kicks to Teletovic. And there's the feed to Dellavedova. Takes it from 10. Off the left rim and out. And here's Boston. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Rozier. That one doesn't go.
Well, his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast.
There's the pick. Out to the right wing. Three-pointer, Teletovic. A shot, no good. And so it's Milwaukee with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. We come back right after this. A chance now to hear Jason Kidd talking to his team moments ago.
Defensively, keep talking, right? Keep helping each other. We get the rebound, don't get in early pick and roll.
And Jason Kidd telling them what it's going to take, all 5 guys communicating on the floor.
And calling for the early pick and rolls, you can get really clean looks that way before that defense is able to kind of lock in.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Brogdon and Middleton are the guard tandem. Parker and Maker, the lengthy big men pair. And it's Snell in at the 3. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Shoots from 14. That shot off. Good work defensively by Horford. Hayward on the wing. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Well, the pace and rhythm right now is all Kyrie Irving. Terrific job of setting up his teammates.
Brogdon kicks to Middleton. The 3. Rebound Boston. Horford's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done.
And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
Horford with the screen on Middleton. 3-pointer. Hayward. Hayward missing again. Bucks leading by 3. And Middleton kicks to Parker. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Pretty calm in the paint there from Jabari, taking his time and getting the shot that he wanted.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Monroe's checked in for Maker. And Giannis Antetokounmpo is subbed in for Tony Snell. Boston also with the sub. Morris is checked in for Tatum. Hayward against Antetokounmpo. Parker outside. to the inside. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 6. Here's Brogdon, and it's sent back by Irving. And he recovers it. Celtics trail by 5. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Kyrie, such a blur in the open court, leaks out so quickly and then gets to the right spot in transition.
Brogdon against Irving. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong and attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
And that's where the defense failed. You can't let him throw that down. You've got to get over and foul him, send him to the free throw line.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Hits it down to Middleton. Nobody near Parker. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. And it's an 8-point Milwaukee lead.
Yeah, maybe the shot selection in the first half took him out of a rhythm, but in the second half, he's making everything.
Smart puts the pick in for Irving. Fires top of the key. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Irving's got 10 points in just the second half. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Up off the screen, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Watching that guy put on a burst of speed, he takes up so much of the floor. What a burst by Giannis.
Celtics trail by 8. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Kyrie Irving is so difficult to guard, so quick-footed and so crafty with the basketball that he can get you off balance and score on you, or if you're on your heels, he'll drive right by you.
Morris a screen. Over Parker. Morris, no good. Bucks leading by 7. Brogdon kicks to Parker. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in.
Well, the D was there, but Parker too good.
For Boston, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. On its way from Irving for 2. That's short off the rim. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Kicks it down to Middleton. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
Well, Middleton hovers around that 40% mark from downtown in his career. It's a good-looking shot there.
Irving against Brogdon. Horford with the screen on Brogdon. Here's Irving. Again, Irving missing. On offense, here are the Bucks. They're on a 14-5 run. Screened by Parker. Brogdon kicks to Antetokounmpo. Dishes it to Monroe. He tries for 3. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 12. Hayward right side. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
You got to be a little bit questioning of the defense, because I'm sure they feel foolish for giving that guy that look, but they survived it.
Back to Antetokounmpo. Brogdon the pass to Parker. Over Morris. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
There's not a lot of question about Jabari Parker's talent, a versatile forward with a tremendous drive.
Two shots.
And he makes the first. And Parker drops them both. Celtics trail by 14. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Horford with the screen on Antetokounmpo. Hayward kicks to Smart. 6 to shoot. Horford sets a screen for Smart. They get it back. The shot, no good. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on a 16-5 run. Brogdon the pass to Parker. Over Horford. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
And when he's this close, he's got to make it. The defense was pretty good, but just shouldn't miss that.
That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Morris.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you inside, outside, and in transition.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. On the wing, Irving. He's guarded by Brogdon. Irving kicks to Hayward. There's the pick. Here's Morris. And that one goes long.
That's a great effort on defense. He definitely rushed his shot a little bit down low.
Brogdon against Irving. It's Parker outside, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 4 assists now tonight. On its way from Irving for 2. Rebound by Greg Monroe. Milwaukee leading by 17. It's Parker with the drive. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Morris. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Smart, no good from outside. Milwaukee's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. It's stolen by Morris. Hayward kicks to Horford. And the wide open shot from Morris sinks it from just inside the baseline.
Sensational pass by Horford on that play. Terrific job whipping the ball over to the open man.
Brogdon against Irving. Monroe kicks to Middleton. Bucks passing it around. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the shot is good. Antetokounmpo's got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, it's not so much just the made shots, it's the consistency of the made shots that's got his team the lead.
Morris a screen, and there's the call on Malcolm Brogdon. That's foul number 2 for him. Now here's Smart. Kicks it to Horford. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, if Horford was a doctor, that's where he'd operate. When he gets it like that, he's always money for them.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
So good at picking his spots. He always knows exactly what the team needs from him offensively. That's why they hold the lead.
Irving kicks to Horford. Back to Morris. And the rejection by Monroe.
But the rejection from Monroe, got his feet set, got in the right spot, and then threw it away.
Here's Brogdon. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And there's the call on Malcolm Brogdon. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. You have to like what we're seeing from Jabari Parker.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he can be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to feed him as much as possible. But he never got out of control. I mean, he kept his head and just stayed patient.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite.
That's just poor shooting right now from him, and I'm not sure why he's even attempting those kind of shots.
Brogdon against Irving. Irving with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. And good that time. Irving's got 13 points in the second half.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
They've done very, very well in transition. The problems have come in other areas, which is why they're trailing.
Brogdon the pass to Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And with time becoming a factor, that may do it, guys.
Well, leads are not given. They are earned, playing with desire and attention to detail all night.
Here's Morris. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
The polished mid-range game of Morris. Some of his best shots come from about that 12 to 20-foot range.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Brogdon. Monroe with a screen on Irving. Brogdon the pass to Monroe. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. And the Bucks lead by 17.
Well, Greg Monroe has been above 50% from the field for his career, so highly efficient offensive player.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Bucks.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He came in with a focus and brought that dominant performance to the defense all night long, controlling the pace of the game and was firing on all cylinders.
Here's Morris. Score of the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
And nicely done. Running the floor well, then attacking the rim.
The exclamation point in transition with the high percentage finish.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Monroe. .27 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Rozier kicks to Irving. Drains the three-pointer.
And finally hitting their stride. This is the run they needed earlier.
Well, easier to do once the game is on ice, as your opponent sometimes has a tendency to relax.
Here's Dellavedova. Rebounded by the Celtics. Now Tatum. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Jabari, you guys really got after it tonight. Is this the kind of mentality you want to impose on the other team?
Just as long as I stay aggressive, don't rush the game, don't get outside of my game, but continue to play hard.
Well, you got your teammates looking for you tonight, Jabari. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.